carrying that baggage. And because we buckle under that pressure and die before our time trying to be Superman, women are now carrying the weight in their families that biblically they were never supposed to carry. These women now are heads of their household, the breadwinner, the ones children look to and reach to. They're trying to teach children about life while trying to nurture them at the same time. They are the nurturer. We men, fathers, are to teach the children about life, and we nurture them in our way. But here's the good part. Your problems only have a certain size. They are limited in how big they can grow, but you aren't. May I suggest to you that the way we sometimes see the problem is the problem? For example, if a person is dealing, if a person with a level 4 problem, and they are a level 2 person, that problem seems insurmountable, and they buckle under the problem trying to solve it. Quite frankly, that's where we are in this city, are we not? That's where we are in this state and in this country, are we not? Level 4 problem, level 2 people trying to solve all of these problems. They never will solve them. Elect different ones if you want. Move people in and out of office if you want. You will submit one level 2 person for another level 2 person. And the problem remains level 4. But when you enlarge the place where you are, you will grow eventually from a level 1 to a level 2 to level 3, and eventually to a level 5 person. And then you will see that level 4 problem is no problem at all, because now you're a level 5 person, and you can now solve that level 4 problem. Number 3. In order to enlarge the place where you are, you must change the state of your mind, your mindset. What's between your ears? You are limited in your thinking by the atmosphere that you are in. The Bible says that as a man thinketh in his heart, so is he. So in order to change how you think, you must change your atmosphere. And when you change your atmosphere, you change your destiny. You can't help but change your destiny. Now, when I talk about enlarging the place where you are, that is, it means your atmosphere. I mean expanding the level of your thinking. Your thinking and vision and dreams and aspirations and wants and desires in life are based on your exposure or your atmosphere. For example, if you want to romance a woman, men, you create a romantic atmosphere. You put on Barry White or whatever song. You may write a poem like this young man. You may dim the lights. You're creating a romantic atmosphere. And you'll win the woman because of what you created. Likewise, you need to start shunning people who are your problem and go to those who are your solution. Staying away from people who are satisfied with lack.
Yes.
Staying away from barren people and empty people and weak people, complacent people, mediocre people, negative people, selfish people. Staying away from people who aren't believing in something bigger and better for themselves. I suggest to you that you are none of those, because you are kings, and you start thinking differently as kings.
Yes.
So the people of whom I just spoke, that is no longer you as of this moment.
All right.
You've just changed the atmosphere. And so I'm prophesying to you men today. Those complacent and negative people are no longer you. You may have been that, but as of this moment, that's no longer you. Are we clear? Are we
Yes.
clear, men? Yes. Speak. Are we clear, men?
Yes.
Thank you. Get into an atmosphere, church, where people are being saved that teach you how to have a personal and intimate relationship with your God. You cannot do this alone.
Yes.
Every man out here tried that and failed miserably. Don't be a fool and think you can do it alone. Don't get this suit twisted. All our degrees and all our connections.
Tell it.
Anybody here. I've been to the White House for dinner with the Clintons. I've had Senator Kennedy over to my house. I've been to Arnold Schwarzenegger's house. And the only thing I remember about that man was how small he was. When I'm talking to him, as close to him as I'm talking to you. I've had dinner with King Jordan and Queen Noor at the Kennedy Library, a black man from Wilmington. I've been to Hyannisport speaking to Jackie Kennedy Onassis as a child with my family.
Wow.
I've seen some places in the world, and you start to believe and think, wow, there's a bigger world beyond Wilmington.
Yes.
That's right. Yeah. That's right. Yeah.
And so now I look at folks differently. I look at myself differently. Nobody was born like that. They clawed in their way to those places. I work for a billion-dollar developer. Billionaires think differently than you and I. The word can is not in their vocabulary. No different than Chandra. I started off with saying, that doesn't exist in her world. A billionaire, that doesn't exist in their world. And this billionaire was the same thing as Donald Trump, except the TV show. They think differently.
Yes.
Expanding the place where they think. And every one of them teach their children the same thing. I watched it. I listen to them. I see how they think. And I'm from Wilmington. Get into an atmosphere where people have a thirst and appetite for life. An atmosphere and people who enlarge you, that stretch you to new exposures and experiences in this world. Stretching and growing, expanding your mind, your vision, your dreams. An atmosphere where you are encouraged, inspired, ennobled, enabled. An atmosphere where people fortify you and mentor you and help you and love you. An atmosphere where you are encouraged to step out of your comfort zone and take risks.
Yes.
To do things you never did before. That your fathers never did before. Your grandfathers never did before. An atmosphere where you are taught to use your stumbling blocks as stepping stones to step into the destiny that God has for you.
Yes.
An atmosphere where people who are visionaries and who believe in God and not themselves. Because they inspire something in you and bring out the best in you. An atmosphere where you learn how to turn your problems into possibilities, your scars into stars. An atmosphere where you learn to make your struggles be pathways to success. An atmosphere where you learn how to see the invisible so you can do the impossible. Who am I talking to today?
Yes, go ahead.
I gotta be talking to somebody.
Yes.
Yes. Yes. Come on.
Right.
That's right.
Having expectations of favorable change. Expecting more than you have ever expected all the days of your life. You start thinking on another level before you even get there. But you got to start with your mind. You got to enlarge the place where you are. Southbridge goes to the city, that goes to the country, that goes to the state, the nation, the world. And it's not about money. It's about picking up a book and seeing that there's something bigger and better than where you are. That Rehoboth isn't the world. Or Dewey Beach. Or Rockford Park.